I really grew as a person.
It was one of the best decisions I've ever made, period.
It opened my eyes.
It was the most fun I ever had.
This is Study Abroad.
To be always in front of the awe of the student, the moment in which one realizes something beautiful, something new.
It still amazes me that there's so much care between strangers here, especially when you don't speak the same language. Just the way you can still learn about one another is great. Moroccans have a lot of love to give, and I really appreciate that.
You broaden your horizon tremendously. You find out who you are, you find out how your home country is perceived abroad, and you can build bridges between different countries.
Here in China, coming as an American-born Chinese, I really experienced something unlike anything I've ever experienced in Hawaii growing up. A lot of Chinese people come to me and they expect me to be speaking Chinese because I have a Chinese face. And it's just, they're flabbergasted when I'm like, sorry, I have nothing to say to you back in Chinese because my Chinese level is not good. And I would say that, coming here really opened up my eyes to, how much more there is out there for me to truly understand and kind of like wrap my head around.
So that story never fails to impress you and phases you, to see that transition, that students embark on this, an adventure. I mean, study abroad is an adventure, and I just hope that many students can profit from that wherever they go. Because I think it's crucial to not just the academic education, but also to their personal growth.
I think just within 3 weeks, I feel like I've learned more about myself than I ever have in my life. You're definitely a little homesick in the beginning, but that also kind of makes you look into who you are even more, because you have to reach out and you leave your comfort zone in the US.
I always tell my students that once you spend a semester abroad, you almost have a double self, and then you can develop more selves, but then they really have their own self, and then they manage to develop a Spanish self, which is different, has a different way to communicate with people, a different sense of humor, different ways to solve problems and difficulties, and learning that is an extraordinary outcome of studying abroad.
Just having those different perspectives and understanding their European ideology, I feel like that's one of the essential things that I can take away from this study abroad experience.
There was kind of a cheesy quote I heard at the beginning of this experience that I really liked. It was something about coming back to your homeland with not only a traveled body, but a traveled mind too. And I think it's really important to keep an open mind when you're abroad, and also when you visit other countries during weekend trips. I've already been to a few different countries, and it's just the mindset is so different, just across the border everywhere you go. So I think it's really important for everyone to see that.
Study abroad, really, it's a way of enhancing the way you look at the world. You sacrifice having just one perspective, and instead you adopt many perspectives. You are able to listen to people, you're able to understand where they come from. It becomes like a life motive of accepting other people and making yourself understood also to other people, because you understand where they come from and you're able to express yourself better.
It is an unforgettable experience that I think everybody should go through at least once in their life, to live in another country, meet people of different cultures and backgrounds, and really get outside the box and think outside the box.